Okay, I've got my force feedback steering wheel here by Predator, and I've had it for quite a few years now. I just thought I'd get it out and try something because I had this really crazy theory that I wanted to try out, and it works. So I've got my surround mapper here set up, which I'm going to show you how I use this steering wheel to control my surround sound. I've got a sample up on the screen already preset, and I've got my automation set up, and I'm going to show you how I can control, for example, car racing sound with the skids and everything, and I will control the sound and move it around the room in surround sound. So these are my pedals I'm going to be using. The pedals control how fast and how quick the volume I want to move to each side of the room. And of course the steering wheel depicts whether I want to go left or right, whether I'm in the rear or front. So the left pedal controls the rear, as in the rear surround sound, and the right pedal controls the front, which is actually the front surround sound, left and right speakers. And then I've got a throttle here which controls how I actually control where I want to move the sound. It turns it on and off really. Okay, so here we go. If you look on the screen, my surround mapper is up, and if I give you a quick example, if I move to the left, that's actual surround left, and that is surround right. So every speaker is getting a piece of the sound. Now if I want to move the sound to the front right, all I have to do is gently press on my pedal here and move to the right. The harder I press, the faster it goes to the right. If I pull it back a little bit off the pedal, I can move to the left. You can actually hear the steering wheel vibrating in my hands, and the harder I press, the faster it will go to the front. So I'm controlling the pressure of how fast and how I want to move the sound moving around the room. Now for the rear, if I press my left foot and turn to the right, it's now going to the right side of the rear, and also if I turn to the right, it's going to the left hand side of the rear. So now if I press them both together, I can actually go around the room. So it can be quite clever actually, depending on how you want it to move around the room, what kind of feel you want to get in your surround sound. Just double tap it here and it goes back to the center again. So now I'm going to quickly play you a sound that I've already added here, and then you can't really feel the surround sound in the room, but you get the idea of the left and right panning where the sound is going to move to. So imagine you're driving a rally car, and I'm going to show you that now. So I'm going to quickly just record, I'm going to record the actual automation in as I'm playing it back to you. So here we go. So this is surround sound using this controller here. So you can really feel the sound moving as I'm controlling the steering wheel here. Go to a bend. So that's the idea of it. You can really feel the sound moving around in the room. So when you're creating and you really getting into a scene, this is really good because you're actually recording all the automation in real time as you are creating. It's instant. You don't have to worry about using your mouse to go left, right, here. You're doing it in real time. And I just think that is amazing. It speeds up your work, but it makes your work so much more creative. Now you can also use it for spaceships. If you're flying in space, you've got a scene where you want to use a spaceship, you can still have that sound. You can make it move around the room as if you're flying, and I think this really creates that surround sound imagery on that. So yeah, so that's the Predator steering wheel by Trust. It's quite an old one. They're quite expensive as steering wheels if you look online. But if you're into filmmaking and you want something to really enhance your audio, as in production wise, well, then something like this is really useful. And it's not just for games, as you can see.